Many Jews around the world are considering gaining a foothold in Israel. So here are 5 considerations that you need to think about before embarking on the process. The first one being, where do you want to buy a property? Location. So do you know the area where you're considering? Have you ever been to visit it before? Are you familiar with people that live there? Do you understand the nuances? This is very important because often people buy an investment and at the end of the day, they can often end up living in where they've bought. So the second question you need to ask is, what is your budget? How much money do you actually have to spend? Are you going to be a cash buyer? Are you going to need to take a mortgage? And the very important factor that you really need to be aware of is that all your money that you're going to spend has to be able to be signed off by an accountant and a lawyer. Everything has to be legal. So the next question is the capital appreciation. So what exactly does that mean? It means, is this apartment going to go up in the next few years? You also have to understand, what does the market look like up until this point and what will it be like in the future? Is there still a lot of building happening in the area? Finally, you must take into account that this is a long-term project. It could take up to 5 years and you must have the patience and the zitzvlees to be able to see it through. So once you've made the decision that you do want to go ahead with a property, how are you physically going to manage this? And you have to have somebody reliable on the ground that's going to be able to take over and step into your shoes. For example, if you have to meet with a builder, or if you have to choose ceramics, or if you have to make sure that there's maintenance issues once you have the apartment that's rented out, you need to have someone that's going to be in charge on your behalf. Do you actually need to be physically present when purchasing a property in Israel? So obviously it's much easier if you can get on a plane, come and see with your own eyes. You're spending a lot of money and you want to make sure that you're buying the investment that you had hoped for. However, it is possible to do this remotely, especially if you have somebody reliable on the ground and that you are working together with a good lawyer. Buying in Israel, even though it may just seem as it's going to be an investment, at the end of the day, it's going to connect you in a way that you never really thought was possible. And often, many of my clients that think that they're buying an investment, a few years later call me up and tell me that they're coming to live here, simply because they have a foothold in Israel. So if you'd like to discuss this further, please feel free to be in touch with me. You can either be in touch with me via Facebook at Aliza Realty, or you can go to my website, alizarealty.com.